Much of the United States at the moment is under massive heat, what they call a heat dome. The temperatures here are rising. It is a good day to stay inside the air conditioning. Unfortunately, my craft room does not have air conditioning. But my study does. So I'm thinking, what can I take into the study that I can still craft with, but I can do it in the wonderful coolness of my air conditioner. And I thought today I would give you 5 ways to beat the heat and to do some stuff in air conditioning. And you could take this stuff, go to if you don't have air conditioning in your home, go to a library, go to a coffee shop, go someplace where there is air conditioning. And these are a couple little things that you can take with you and do while you're there. So I do want to show you, this is one of the little journals from the cats. Let me set those aside for a moment. And I had said I would make a little journal out of it. I just put 2 staples on the side, and I just filled it with a little bit of just some scrap papers and some cute kitten stamps or stickers. I like these 2 in the middle. I think they're adorable. And this one's chasing a butterfly. That one's bringing some new flowers. Oh, the 3 of them all together. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. If you haven't seen this video about where I talk about making all of the cat things, I'll link it below. So the first thing that you can do is fussy cut. And I have cat things to fussy cut. I have a lot of cat things to fussy cut. I also have a bunch of these that I made before that need to be torn up. And I decided not to do them right away. I was going to wait and use them as, it one's upside down, use them as I go. And of course, when I was looking for things, I found some other pages that I had stamped. This is one I stamped with some of those same tickets. And then there it is. Some more butterflies, some flowers. So I have a lot of things to either rip up or fussy cut, but that's an easy thing to take. You take that, you take a pair of scissors with you. Where's my scissors? You take a pair of scissors with you. You go down to the coffee shop and you can sit there, take a little paper bag that you can put your scraps into, and you're golden. So fussy cut, that's one of the things that you can do. Another thing you can do is color. Now, whether you're using a coloring book or whether you're using stamped images, these are a couple of pages that I colored over the winter and haven't used in a journal yet, but you have those. But I also have these stamped images that I made before, and then here they sit. And I haven't done anything with them yet. I took out a couple of them and I used them in something, and that was it. So I need to go through and color these. Now you can color them with colored pencils. You can color them with watercolor pencils, which is what I have here. And I may do that with these. So you can use watercolor pencils. You can use colored pencils. You can use crayons. It doesn't really matter. But coloring is one of those things, you can do that anywhere. Anywhere where there's a table and air conditioning, that's a good thing to take with you and do there. All right, so those are 2 things that you can take and just do out. One of the other things that you can do is stamp. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't stamp I'm a messy stamper. I know that I'm going to make a mess when I stamp. But this is a piece of tissue paper that I have left over from the little journal that I just showed you that I made. This is left over from that. And I thought, I'm just going to put a bunch of things on here. If you have a table where you can do this, go ahead and do it. I don't have a place in my study like I said, I'm a messy stamper. I tend to get it all over me and all over everything else. So I'm going to set that off to dry at the moment. So I wouldn't stamp in my study because I know how messy I get. I mean, you can't probably see it on the screen, but I already have black ink on me now from just doing that little bit. So, but stamping, that's an option. That's kind of like a bonus, idea. You can also go down, and now my jelly plate is in the basement, and our basement is always chilly. So I am actually looking forward to going down next week, or during this heat wave. I'm actually filming this a little bit ahead so I can get all my projects ready to go. But I'm looking forward to going down to the basement and doing some jelly printing. I also wanted to share this with you and show you what I bought. I know, my no-buy year. This was $2 on the clearance at Walmart. Fiesta banner, $2. And I thought, when I first saw it, my thought was, oh, those look like really cool stencils. And then I realized they're all the same stencil. They're different colors, but they're all the same stencil. And I thought, well, that's okay, because I thought they were paper. And I thought, that's fine. I can just put the paper down, use it once or twice maybe, and then throw it away. Well, they're not. They're plastic. So I'll get a lot of uses out of these. So anyway, that's for my jelly plate. The other piece that I'm going to do down there is work with these distress oxides that Lisa gave me. I'm really looking forward to it. I was planning to do them actually for today's video, and then I thought, you know what? I'm going to wait because I want to do these when it's nice and hot outside and I can go downstairs and be nice and cool. So there's a fifth thing. So fussy cuts, color in your coloring book, or color on stamps that you have that need to be colored in. Use your watercolor pencils, or just use your watercolor pencils. If you are an artist and you can actually draw something with these, I'm not. I can color with them, but I can't draw with them. I am terrible at that. But this is a nice little there's very little mess to this. So I'm looking for not messy projects that you can do in an air-conditioned place that might be in the public. If you're in the library, you could sit there with the watercolor pencils and a little bit of water and just, do your thing. But you can also do it with just plain old regular colored pencils. And I don't think anybody's going to yell at you. I think you'll be just fine, especially because of the heat. Libraries are very understanding about people trying to find a place to beat the heat. But so are malls. Think about going to the mall and sitting in the food court. Think about going to a coffee shop that does not mind if you just sit there for a little while. I used to write all of my papers at a pizza place up in Rochester because it was basically I could buy a pitcher of Pepsi and a small pizza, and I would make that last the whole afternoon, and I would sit there and I would write my papers in the air conditioning, and they actually loved it because it was always during the downtime, and they were, do you need another pizza? Do you need another, they were so sweet to me. So find a nice little place where you can go, where you can just do your work without having to be in the heat. That's the big thing. And make sure if you are in the heat that you are drinking plenty of liquids, water specifically. Stay hydrated and stay in the shade because it's going to be nasty. Work in the basement if you can work in the basement. Like I said, I'm going to do jelly prints and use my distress oxides. And of course, the last easy one, just sit and watch YouTube videos. Why not? It's a great time to get inspiration. Take notes to yourself in your journal about some things that you might want to make when it's not so hot. If you are lucky enough to have a craft room that is air conditioned, I am jealous. But my room does not have air conditioning. It's too small to put even. I have 2 windows. I could put in a window air conditioner, but then I'd lose light because, oh my glory, it's a tiny, tiny room. So you've seen the videos. You know that this is small. All right. So let's get crafting in the air conditioning during this heat wave. If you are enjoying these videos, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm Cindy, by the way. I don't think I said that at the very beginning. Make sure you click the like button so YouTube knows that you like them, and the bell for notifications so you know when the next video is coming out. In the meantime, stay cool. And this is Cindy signing off.